What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and today we are looking at two trades that I took on Euro USD earlier this morning. Now, if you've noticed that I've been trading this pair a lot more heavily than anything else on my channel recently, that's just because I found myself having more free time to sit behind the charts and trade around the London session time frame. So it's just in my best interest to trade a pair that moves during that time. And also, my broker offers the highest payout percentage on Euro USD itself, so it just makes sense that I trade this pair during London session when it moves the most, and also because it's the most bang for my buck when it comes to risk to reward ratios. So if we look into the past, as we always should, because we want to look left to try to help us figure out what's going to happen in the future, because history repeats itself, and that's really all we can play off of when it comes to the market. Is we can look at what happened in the past and see a set of things that repeat themselves, and then see if we can find out where that's going to happen again in the future. So if we look into the past on Euro USD, you'll notice that we had this large area of support right here, where every time price came back into this area, it started getting rejected and pushing back up. So you can see right here, we have rejection, 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 rejection over here. We even have rejection right here, even though price didn't come all the way back down to the support area. And then we can see that price starts making its way down. And I noticed when it was making its way down to the support area again, that we can also identify that we have a very easy trend right here, producing lower lows and lower highs. So I simply waited to see if price was going to respect this support area and break beneath it, and maybe I could get in for a trade on a retest, or I was waiting to see if price would get rejected and maybe I could get in on a structure break. So once price goes beneath this support level, I thought it was going to break and retest it and then come back for another drop. But as you can see, price did dip below, then it came up, rejected some more right here, and ended up creating a inverse head and shoulders pattern, which is a reversal pattern that most typically happens at the bottom of a trend. So we can see that the trend is right here. We're also hitting a key area of support right here, and then you can see that this reversal pattern is created, signifying that price has the possibility of going up. And one thing that I always like to wait for when I'm trading these patterns is a retest of this neckline, and the neckline is simply just the area where the two shoulders of this pair typically meet. So you can see that we have one shoulder here and one shoulder right here, and then you can see how we can draw a rough area of the medium, the kind of average between this shoulder and this shoulder down here, and you can see how anywhere within this area is a place that is considered the neckline. So I was just waiting for price to come back into that area and then show me some bullish price action, and that's just a fancy word for meaning that we're waiting for price to tell us or show signs that it's going to move in an upward direction, which we get right here when we have this one candle slam down into the neckline, and then the next one instantly pushes back up, engulfing more than 50% of the candle that was pushing down. This is also a structure retest as well. So we had a lot of confirmations, and it's actually also a retest of this trend line. So we had a fuck ton of confirmations telling us that price was going to go up. So after this candle closed, I went ahead and took a 10-minute call, and you can see how price just skyrocketed after I entered my trade. I got really lucky with this one. Not always does the pair just take off right after you into your trade, but with years and years of experience, it becomes easier and easier to find these kinds of trades, but it doesn't always happen. And before we look into the reason why I took this second trade, I just want to say thank you guys so much for smashing that like button and subscribing. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm, and shoots my videos off to more people that can need them. And make sure that you subscribe if you want to see new videos, because that'll help you get notified when I post new ones. So with that being said, let's just jump right into the second trade that I took. And if we look, this is actually kind of just the same exact thing happening once again. You'll notice that we have another key area of support and resistance right here in the market. You can see how price got rejected here. Even though price did come above, you can see how it instantly comes right back down as soon as it goes above it. So to me, this is not considered like a breakout or anything. This is really just a fake out. And then we have rejection right here. We have rejection here. We have rejection here. And then we see the same thing that happened right here, why I originally took this trade, happening once again. You can see that we have a pretty easy to identify trend right here. we can see that price cannot break this level of support and resistance. It tries to break beneath it 2 or 3 times, and we can see that that just doesn't happen. We also see that price breaks over this trend line and retests it and then shoots up, showing that we have some very bullish price action behind this move. And then we can also see that all of this rejection right here, showing us that price no longer wants to move down, once again showing us that we have a lot of bullish price action going on. So if we also look a little bit closer, and I'll try to zoom in to make this as easy as possible to see, you'll notice that we have another inverse head and shoulders pattern with a neckline retest. So here's our left shoulder, here's our head, here's our right shoulder, and then here's our neckline retest right here. So once again, we had all the same confirmations that we had over here with this trade, and I simply took a 10-minute buy, and I think it closed with this candle right here. So another easy trade. It's literally 2 trades doing the same exact thing over and over again. As I said in the beginning of this video, you know, history repeats itself, and you guys really need to go and find that one thing that you like to master, and you know, just look for that in the market. And that's really what's going to help you become a profitable trader. You know, it's better to become a master of one thing versus, what is it, like a jack of all trades and a master of none, right? You know, you can try to master every kind of way of trading that's out there, but realistically that's not going to happen, and you'll probably just confuse yourself and get lost when you're looking at the charts and get something that's called analysis paralysis, where you have so many things going on and there's so many different ways to trade, and you see so many different possibilities on the charts that you end up just never taking a trade in the first place because you have no idea what can really happen. Versus, you know, maybe trading 1 or 2 things keeps it very simple. You know exactly what you're looking for, and you know exactly when to take a trade. And for me, it's trading reversal patterns and structure break retests. That's the only thing that I look for when I trade. And you guys can see how I post videos pretty frequently posting videos pretty frequently showing 1 to 2 wins on a day or every other day basis, and that's simply just because I only look for those 2 things. So with that being said, if you guys found anything in this video helpful, make sure you smash that like button and also subscribe so you get notified when I post new videos. And as always, you guys know that liking this video will help push it out to people who could use the help and learn from this kind of thing right here. So with that being said, I appreciate all of you guys for helping the channel grow and showing the love and support, and I will see you guys in the next video. Pew, pew.